tries to persuade you to help someone out, they throw statistics at you, such as, 1 in every 10 children suffers from this, or every 30 seconds this tragic thing happens. For example, according to UNICEF's web article, Young Child Survival and Development, in 2010, 7.6 million children died before reaching their 5th birthday. Don't get me wrong, these overwhelming statistics are horrifying and powerful, and they tend to leave us feeling empty and helpless. So today I want to show you how you can stop feeling helpless and decrease these depressing statistics by helping just one person who has a name, a face, and a story. I've researched this problem for over 2 weeks and have been a part of the solution for over 6 years. Therefore, I feel that the advice that I give you today is credible and should be taken seriously. Because the advice that I give you today will change your life and the life of a child in poverty. During this speech, I'm going to talk to you all about what poverty is, an organization that helps decrease poverty around the country, and a practical way that you can become a part of this solution. According to Funk's 1963 New Standard Dictionary of the English Language, poverty is defined as the condition that relates to the absence or scarcity of requisite substance or elements. In layman terms, this means that those in poverty lack the essential elements necessary to live. If we were to be honest with ourselves, the only things that we really need to survive are items such as food, clothes, and shelter. However, the truth of the matter is that most of us would add to this list items such as our cell phone, laptop, or computer. The truth of the matter is that those in extreme poverty not only lack these items such as a cell phone, but go extended periods of time without food, clothes, or shelter. When families don't have money, they don't eat. And when they don't have clothes and shelter, they are left to face the elements all alone. Children who are born into this environment have no hope of escape. In the 2013 book, Hidden Hunger, Hans Conrad Kozlowski says it like this: "Caught up in the middle of this are the children. Without any means to defend themselves, all they can do is waste away in the chaos." I'd like to propose to you the idea that poverty is not only a lack of material possessions, it is also a lack of hope. This lack of hope affects the entire world, because with large amounts of children dying every day, the universe becomes unbalanced. This vicious cycle of poverty has no choice but to continue to spiral down into disparity. But I'm here to tell you today that there is good news. Now that you know what poverty is, I want to talk to you about an organization that is freeing children from poverty all around the world. The solution can be found through an organization called Compassion International. On Compassion International's 2013 article, Mission Statement, Compassion states that their mission statement is, "In response to the Great Commission, Compassion International exists as an advocate for children to release them from their spiritual, economic, social, and physical poverty and enable them to become responsible and fulfilled Christian adults." So, with that being said, you may be asking yourself, what does Compassion actually do? Well, Compassion provides children in poverty with food, clothing, education, healthcare, and hygiene training, resources that help break this vicious cycle of poverty. They also give children the opportunity to hear the gospel as presented in the Bible and tell them about the love and hope that can be found through a saving faith in Jesus Christ. Compassion is turning these overwhelming statistics into people. For example, this is Fredley Fizeme. His information can be found on Compassion International's website on the 2013 page for all children. Fredley is 3 years old and lives in Haiti. This is Johanna Rojas. Her information can be found on the same page. She is 7 years old and lives in Peru. So now that you know what poverty is and have heard about an organization that is releasing children from poverty, I want to talk to you in detail about one person whose life has been radically changed by what Compassion International is doing. I had the privilege of meeting Antony Jambi, a man from Kenya, a couple of summers ago. And on October 14th in 2013, I conducted an interview with him where he told me about his life before Compassion International and what Compassion did to pull him out of poverty. Before Compassion International, Tony's life was unbearable. He had 2 younger brothers and no father, therefore he was raised by his single mother. His mom worked, but as a woman without a husband, made less than $1 a day, which means that 4 people were living on less than $1 a day, which is impossible. Tony's mom became ill, and because they couldn't afford to go to a hospital, she died, leaving Tony to care for his two younger brothers all by himself with no income and no hope. But when Tony was 8 years old, Compassion International intervened in his life through a woman named Martha, who chose to sponsor him. Tony says that he vividly remembers the first letter Martha wrote him, and when she told him, "I love you," words he had never heard before. Because of Martha, Tony was able to go to school, received shoes, a uniform, a Bible, food, regular medical screenings, and shopping vouchers to provide food for his younger brothers. Tony went on to go to high school and then college, where he graduated with a degree in commerce and today is a successful accountant. I want you to seriously consider the fact that if Martha had never chosen to sponsor Tony, he and his two younger brothers would have most likely died in their 10-by-10 shack in Kenya, alone and without hope. So now that you know what poverty is, have heard of an organization that is pulling children out of poverty, and have seen how it's practically done in one person's life, I will now show you how you can be a part of this great solution and the benefits of doing so. For a mere $38 a month, you can provide a child in poverty with food, clothes, education, and most of all, hope. In a questionnaire that I did with my communications class, I found that the top 3 things we as college students spend money on are food, gas, and clothes. By taking easy steps, such as not eating out as much, splitting a meal with a friend, carpooling and asking your friends to chip in on gas, or passing on that shirt or pair of pants that looks exactly like the one that you already have in your closet, you can easily accumulate $38. Not only will you change a child's life by becoming part of the solution, but they will change yours. For Compassion gives you the opportunity to correspond with your child through letters, in which they can tell you about their life, their interests, their family, and their friends, and in turn, you can tell them that you love them, words they, like Tony, may have never heard before. So, after tonight when you leave, go to www.compassion.com and sponsor Fredley or Johanna or one of the other thousands of children waiting to hear the words, "I love you." Compassion gives children in poverty hope. You can give just one child hope by telling them that they matter, that they're important, and that they're going to survive. You will never regret freeing a child from poverty, and they will be eternally grateful for the hope that you have provided them. Thank you.